The Tour Down Under for us really differs from other tours primarily because it's the first race of the season, so riders come into it in different physical shapes, if you like.
It's the first race of the year. Everyone's come out of a long off season and it kind of got a point to prove going into the new year. Go into it, quite a few guys go into it all guns blazing.
From a nutritional perspective, it's the temperature, and that poses a real considerable challenge. Because it's the first race of the season, then many riders come in not really heat acclimatised. So we have to try and work hard to try and reduce the stress of the heat stress to hopefully make sure that we perform well in that particular race.
Yeah, we have like a heat protocol that we run across all of our races once it gets to a certain temperature. So as soon as we know that temperature is going to be reached, which it will be in Tour Down Under, we set off a chain of events that they do, and it's mainly around the carers in the team, with the hydration side.
Year by year I've dealt with it better and better. As you get older and a bit more mature as a bike rider, you tend to cope with the difficulties a little bit easier. But yeah, first year I went there on the Stirling stage, I completely wiped out. I was seeing stars, and it's quite dangerous at times. You see some people in the right mess, but hopefully now I've got to the point where I can, race in 40 degrees and still be able to perform to a half decent level.
So the riders' hydration strategies on a hot race like the Tour Down Under would involve a lot more electrolytes. So we would use our Science and Sport drinks that have added electrolytes. We would try and advise perhaps a drink to thirst strategy, which for us usually equates to at least 500 mils per hour on the bike.
We get the best products to support us the best we can. Just using the right things at the right time. I think the electrolytes are obviously key, so being able to take them on bike through the gels, I think is the easiest way to get them in the system.
And of course heat stress increases carbohydrate use. So last but not least is we have to make sure that riders are actually consuming the required amounts of carbohydrate when they're on the bike. We're aiming for at least 60 to 90 grams of carbohydrate per hour. It's the balance between carbohydrate, it's the balance between hydration, and if we get that correct, then hopefully we will perform well. So one of the simplest strategies to monitor if people are actually hydrating correctly is of course to weigh them. We weigh them every morning during the race. We weigh them before the race itself and we weigh them after the race. And if you do that well and you do that consistently, then you can very closely pick out real trends if people are overhydrating or underhydrating, and essentially if they're on track really to maintain their performance.